There's been a lot of Marvel video games throughout the years, and most of the time they're centered around specific characters. Like we've got Spider-Man, the Hulk, and Deadpool, just to name a couple examples. So I was thinking, why don't we give a video game to a character that I think deserves it? And that character is Moon Knight. The main key difference between this video game in my head is that you are not one player. And what I mean by that is that there is more than one personality to Moon Knight. You don't get to just control Moon Knight. You control who gets to be in control of Moon Knight. If you are unaware of who Moon Knight is, you might have seen him in the Disney Plus series, you might have seen him in Marvel Rivals, or even in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Moon Knight made his first appearance in 1975 along the issue of Werewolf by Midnight as actually an antagonist for the character. Throughout its years, Moon Knight has changed drastically and has lots of different versions of him in all of its different medias. Now to what makes Moon Knight so unique, and that is that he is a very complicated character. He has multiple personality. You have Mark Spector, who is the core of Moon Knight. He is the original personality. Then you have Stephen Grant, who is used as kind of like Bruce Wayne to Batman. It is his persona he uses whenever he wants to present himself as a wealthy businessman. The last personality is Jake Lockley. He is your street instincts. He's the one who has his ear to the streets. He's portrayed normally as a cabbie or a cab driver. Now, I know that there are different versions of Moon Knight and all the personalities work differently through different comic runs, but how I want my game to work is we're going to lean more into the MCU style Moon Knight. What I mean by that is each personality has a distinct and different type of gameplay. The game is going to be a semi-open world, linear style gameplay where you're going to basically be able to have all three personalities roam through New York, but going to focus on the story. Kind of like how Batman Arkham Asylum was linear, but Arkham City is more open world. We're just going to kind of blend the two together. Now I'm going to explain how the different personalities are played in the actual game. Mark Spector, he's the fighter. He's going to be the one that's going to be the main combat-heavy character and personality in the game. You're not going to use him for all the combat in the game, but he's the main one. He's going to be throughout most of it. Then there's Stephen Grant. He's the investigator. He's Mr. Knight. He's going to focus more on puzzle solving, archaeology, the Khonshu lore, and a lot of like dialogue-heavy side quests and stuff like that. He's also going to have his own Mr. Knight suit like he does in the comics and in the TV show. He does have combat during some of those missions, but he's mostly focused on the investigative side of Moon Knight. Now, Jake Lockley is the interesting one because in the comic books, he's mostly known as the guy who drives taxis to gather information. And I wanted him to be part of the game focused on that. So I figured you could have him do a taxi-style gameplay. Think like GTA, how you can drive people around in the city. This is going to be his signature mechanic. When you are Jake Lockley, not only do you drive people to gather information, but you can choose different conversations. You can have where choices matter. Different types of conversations make different outcomes for getting information. You can lead to good information, or you can lead the passenger down the road to bad information. And all of that affects how Jake gathers information by answering specific questions. Unlike Mark, who's all about justice, and Steven, who's all about truth, Jake is about getting results. So you can also scare people into talking, you can pay them off, you can let them go, because sometimes it would be useful and lead you into the people that you need to get to. It all depends on your choices when it comes to Jake Lockley. I wanted to have different types of combat and different types of gameplay in my game. The last part of the psychological part of this game is the god Khonshu. Very big tie to Moon Knight, the main reason Moon Knight is who he is. In my game, he's not just a voice. He is not just a personality. He is more like he's not helping you, he's helping himself. He gives you missions, but sometimes he does it for his own benefit. He'll manipulate your perspective. He'll make you question who you are because obviously you've got multiple personality, and he kind of bends it to what makes him help him. Khonshu will also make you feel like, am I doing the right mission or am I doing his mission? Is this the right thing to do? Should Steven be doing this? Should Jake be doing this? Who's really in control right now? That's why the game is focused mostly on psychological warfare. Now, every game needs villains, so I figured we could sprinkle in some of the classic Moon Knight villains, kind of like Bushman, the original villain to Mark Spector, the guy who made him who he is. Then we have Dr. Emmett, character that you would see in the mental hospital run in the comics. We could also have someone like Black Spectre, very big Moon Knight villain for Khonshu. And then I would love to see the final villain to actually be Khonshu himself. Big twist. Yes. Why is he the villain? Because he's been manipulating you throughout the entire game. And I would love to see at the final end of the game, you get a final choice to either serve him fully, break free, or lose yourself completely. Who is in control of this body at the end of the game? Yes, every different ending gives you a different result. Now, I don't know if this game would actually be any good. I'm not a video game designer. I don't know anything about actually creating video games. I just thought this idea was cool, and I really like the character Moon Knight. Having 3 personalities through Rome, New York, and have different layers, and having physical combat like Batman Arkham Knight, or having the psychological type of combat, having choices matter throughout the game. I just thought it'd be a cool idea. And if you agree with me, like and share and give me some comments, some feedback, and tell me what you think about my game, and I'll see you guys in the next video.